Hi, my name is Shanti Welch, and this is my role play interview. I'm interviewing a 35-year-old African American male seeking assistance with gaining custody of his two children, ages 6 and 10. Hello, I'm Shanti, a social work student from Widener University, and I'll be working with you today as a social worker. And you are?
Tony Smith.
Okay, Tony, it's nice to meet you. Um, well, I'll just explain you my role. As a social worker, any conversations that happen between us are confidential. Unless you tell me that you're going to hurt yourself or hurt someone else, then I have to either protect you or protect the other person. Otherwise, what we discuss here stays here. Okay? And just for legal purposes, um, and in agreement of our relationship at this point, and that the fact that what we talk about is confidential. I just need you to sign, giving your consent to discuss your personal life. Alrighty, thank you. So why are you here today? What would you like to talk about?
Well, I'm trying to gain custody of my two kids.
Okay, and how old are your kids?
6 and 10.
Okay, and the 6-year-old boy, girl?
Boy.
Boy, and 10-year-old girl?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Um, so how much time are you spending with them now?
Not as much as I would like, but I do spend time with them.
Okay. So what is making you want to seek full custody at this point?
Well, the relationship between me and the mother.
Okay. So parental issues between you and the mom. Okay. In general, do you feel like she's a good mom, or what kind of issues are you guys having? Are they more related to you and her, or her and the kids?
Well, it's mostly related to when I want to see the kids.
Okay, so pretty much restrictions on when you can visit the kids. Okay. Um, and when you guys have problems, how do you usually resolve them? Or does it just end with you just not seeing the kids when you want to see them?
Just for me not seeing them.
Okay.
Until things die down.
Alrighty. And what kind of other issues are you having?
Well, I'm looking for house, trying to find assistance in helping find housing.
Okay. So you want to find housing for you and the kids. Okay. So where do you live now?
With my mother.
Okay. So let's just say if you got custody of the kids, could they come and stay where you are now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, so would you say that your mom is a resource? Is she pretty helpful with the kids?
Yes.
Everything. Okay, so that's good. Resources are always good. Um, so what would you like to work on first? Would you like is parenting issues something that you would like to address, or you're not open to address at this point?
I'm not open to it.
Okay. So I guess the next thing would be the custody for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you know anything about getting custody, the process of getting a lawyer, going to court? Have you looked at any of those things?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, I guess that's something we could learn together. I don't know a lot about the process, but we could definitely learn together if it's something you would like to work on. So in preparation for getting the kids full time, are you working right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Um, Are you working a full-time job?
Full time.
Does your job offer insurance benefits?
Yes.
And would you be able to get benefits for the kids if you got full custody?
Yes.
Okay. Another thing to consider with kids at this age is childcare. Do you think that would be an issue, or is that something you would need help with?
I would probably need help with it.
Okay. So, what would you like to work on first?
Custody first.
Custody?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess if we look at custody as a situation, so a few things we need to look at concerning custody is number one, what's the process? What's going to be the process? What are you going to be required to do? What information are you going to need to gather and have available? What documents need to be filed? So since we haven't really researched this, this is something we can look at working on the next time. So between now and our next meeting, I would like for you to just do some research. Just go online and find out about custody, and what you have to do, what's the process, and even how much it costs, because that's something you have to consider in this process. You're gonna need an attorney, legal fees. So just find out the process. What are the processes of filing for custody? And then maybe how much it costs. There may be every now and then you can find different projects that might fund custody battles for kids in certain situations. So we're going to research that too. But right now, I want you to research what's the process and how much it could possibly cost. And this could be a lengthy battle. So you just want to look at those things. And then concerning the mother of the children, would you say they are good mothers? Would you have any reason to suspect that there's any abuse, any neglect?
No.
Okay. So, would you be open at this point to a more equal joint situation? If you and the mothers could come to an agreement where you guys were sharing more of the custody, more of the responsibility of the kids, as opposed to a full out custody battle?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll look at those options. And maybe, down the line we can look at some situations where maybe you can bring the kids in and we can do more of a family type situation. Or, even if it helps, I can talk to your children's mom. We can have a conversation and we can see what works best for the family. And then that way, but even if you bring her in and I talk to your baby mom or whatever, what we talk about stays between us. So it's not like I'm going to have a conversation with her and we're going to discuss what you talk about. So if we have a conversation, what we're going to talk about is going to stay between us, and what we talk about is going to stay with us. And then hopefully at some point in the resolution of this situation, we can all come together and maybe discuss all of this as a group and figure out a way where the communication is better for both of you guys and for the kids. And I guess that's the optimal goal. So, is there anything else you maybe want to work on? The issues with the parents. So, how about going forward, we just work on these things? And I just want you to take some time and think about, is there anything else you would like to work on? And let's plan to meet maybe next month. I don't know if today is February the 19th. So if March the 19th is not the best day, just call. And my schedule's pretty flexible. And if between now and then you think about something else you want to talk about, just give me a call, okay?
All right.
All right. Well, it was so nice meeting you. And I'm hoping that we can find some resolution in this. And if it comes to custody, I just want you to still research that, just so that you know what you may be looking forward to in the
Okay.
event that you decide. Okay.
All
And it
right.
was nice meeting you.
All right.